Hello, how's everyone doing? I hope everybody's doing great. This is Mary from Around the Craft Room. Thank you for coming back and checking out what I've got going on this week. So I've decided to do some more videos on this faux leather from the Dollar Tree. And the ones I have found is black, white, brown, and navy. So they come in boxes that are 11.75 by 20-inch pieces. I've also picked up a couple of other things. I picked up a mat and a rotary cutter, double-sided tape, and of course I'll be using some stuff that I've already gotten here. So I've taken and cut a couple of pieces. Well, you only need one per tassel, but anyway, so I'm going to start with the white one. And I've taken and cut it 2.5 by about 8 inches. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to show you how I've made some tassels. I am trying to use some tools that I've had for a long time, and of course you can use whatever you have. I'll show you another way to do this in a minute, but I'm going to start with a tool that I found in my craft drawer over here that I haven't used in a while. This is a pair of scissors that cut strips, and I think I had it when I was crafting and cutting like grass or something in scrapbook papers. I can't remember. I've had it for years, so I thought I'd try this on these tassels. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the length of tassel. So I'm just going to cut it down like this. And some of them may have to be recut with scissors a little bit. But I'm just going to cut this all the way down like this. And then I'll show you on the navy one how you can do it in case you don't have these scissors or something like that. So you just want to fringe out your leather like that. So if you don't have these scissors, you can also cut it with scissors. I'm going to take and put a piece of this double-sided tape down through here so I can roll it up. But what would be a good idea if you're going to do it with scissors is to take a piece of the double-sided tape and put on here first. And that way you'll know not to cut anything past that. So that way you can cut your strips all the way up like this. And this is cutting from the back side, but you can still do that. Okay, so I'm not going to waste all your time doing that, and I'm going to get ready to show you how to roll it up. Okay, so I finished trimming all this up and making little cuts along both of them. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and put the tape on, and we just put that on the back here. And smooth it down really good. Okay. Once I get these rolled up, I'm going to put a little bead cap on the top of them. So I wanted something to hold the bead cap and make a key ring. So I'm using pins, which are like this. They've got a little eye on the top of them. And this just gives me something to keep it from pulling through. So I'm going to roll them up using the head pin in here. Now, one of them I'm going to put a chain on. You can add beads or charms or whatever down through here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. And then one of them I'm just going to make plain. So I just get a piece of chain, and you can use chain from anywhere. I do a lot of recycling. Sometimes I find pieces of jewelry. This is obviously Halloween, so after the holiday or something, they'll clearance them down to sometimes 50 cents or whatever. So I'll just take a piece of this chain and just cut it off like this, just about a little bit longer than the tassel. And then I'll take and open the eye pin up just enough to put the chain in it. And then close it up. Okay, so this one I'm going to add a little chain to, and that way we can add something on the bottom of the tassel. But on this one, I'm just going to leave it plain. But I still need an eye pin to put in there like this. So all you're doing is you're taking at the end of it and start pulling this paper back that's on the double-sided tape. Okay. So all you're going to do is leave the eye pin part down here and start rolling up your tassel with the double-sided tape on it like this. Now the thing is, you need to make sure that you keep this end down here as straight as possible. And just smash it in as tight as you can. And keep rolling. And if you wanted just a little tassel, you could do just little pieces. You don't have to do 8 inches. You could do like 4 inches. Now, sometimes I like to take the E6000 when I get through and put a little bit of E6000 on the end of it. But right now, I'm just going to smash that down really tight. And then I'm going to look for some bead caps. You can get these at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever, you know, wherever. And look for a bead cap that will fit over the end of your tassel. That one's kind of cute. If you want, you can also trim up the top part of the tassel a little bit, because you're going to put a bead cap on it to make the bead cap fit down over it a little bit better. I think I like this other one better. Now I like them sitting in there pretty good, so I think just because I'm going to fill it with glue, I think I'm just going to take a little bead, just help it fill in there. Let me get a piece of paper because I don't want my E6000 on this mat. So I'm going to take the E6000 and I'm going to fill it, the top of this, and I'm also going to put just a drop on that so it won't come up. And then I'm going to put the bead cap on. Now this is a little messy and it may get all over you a little bit because the bead caps have obviously holes in them and that stuff's going to come out a little bit. So just a drop of it right there. And need a pin or something to put it down in there. And then I'm going to fill the top of this around here with E6000. And then I want a pretty good bunch of it up there because it's going to be up under that bead cap. Okay, so that's going to take just a little while for it to set. And then I'll show you how to finish it up. Okay, set that aside and let it dry. And move this out of the way and we'll work on this one. Now this one, like I said, we're going to put a little chain in the middle of it. So you'll be able to add a charm or something on the end of your tassel. And you do it the same way. You just open up take your paper off your double-sided tape, leaving your chain down below the double-sided tape, and then start just rolling it up. Just pull a little bit of the tape off at a time. You do not want to pull it all off at the same time. You just pull it off as you're working on it. There we go. Roll that up. Now we're going to look for another bead cap that we might like. That one's a little long. I don't think I like that one as much. Let's try this one. I kind of like that one. It's a little different. I don't think I'm going to have to do any trimming around the outside of that bead cap because it's going to fit over it really good. Again, I think I'm just going to put a bead in there just to take up a little bit of space. And this is just totally optional. I'm going to open this back up, add a little bit of glue in there. Just a drop of glue along that. And then we're going to cover the top of this with a good amount of E6000. And put our bead cap on. Covering it all up, pushing it down. Okay. So it does come out the holes, obviously, around your bead cap. So that's why I got paper here to rub it on. And I've got to let it set for a couple of minutes. And then I'll show you how to finish it. It doesn't take too long for it to set, but I probably let it set for at least like maybe 30 minutes or something. All right, I'll be back when these dry. Okay, I'm back and I've made another one. And now I'm going to show you how to finish it up and make it into a keychain. And yes, I put those little beads in there. Remember, I put those beads in there before I put the glue in there. That also keeps this pin more in the center. Okay, so I need some jewelry pliers. And I'm just going to bend this over at a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to take the cutters and I'm going to cut it off probably about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more, something like that. So then you take the pliers that looks like a little round ones and put it on the end and twist it backwards and make a loop. Sometimes you have to push it back over that way a little bit more. Okay, now we'll do another one. You could just bend it over with these. Don't go down the end, go about halfway up. And then just bend it over with these. And then cut it off. And start twisting it back up on itself like this. That one I got a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Which actually I like that one better, I think. Okay, now we're going to need some jump rings. Use what you have, but I bought these and didn't really have any purpose for them. These are more those split rings. I'm just going to open it up a little bit and put one of those in there. And now close it. And then I have little clamps and the rings. So I'm just going to put that in there like that, and then I'm going to put this in that split ring. Just, well, if I hold it still, I will. Okay, I'm going to put one on there before I put that ring on there. Let's see if this works better. Yeah, that ring was in my way. Yeah, that works better. And now I can put the ring on. That works better. So there's our key ring. Now this one, we're going to add a charm to the end. Remember, we put chain in the middle. So let me finish these all up, and then I'll put a charm on it. There we go. This one doesn't have the chain in it, so this one's finished. That's all there is to it. And this one, we're going to add a charm. So I found these little locks I thought was really cute. I think they came with keys, and I had used the keys for something else. So I thought those was really cute to put on the end of a key ring. I'm going to take a little jump ring and then just open it up. By twisting it sideways just a little bit. And put the little lock in it. And then put it on the end of the chain. And then just close it up. Okay. There's our key ring. It's got a little lock on the end of it. And this one I made earlier, and I put just beads on the end of it. So you could put anything you wanted on the end of it. I might find something else to put on that. Let me see if I can find some charms of some kind. You can use any kind of little charms. I found this one, and it's a little bit bigger, but I think it would be okay. I found this one that's just a little teardrop-like thing. I have a bunch of little charms here, and so we can use any of these. I think this little starfish would be cute. And you probably need to cut the chain off a little bit, so about the length of the tassel. And then we get another little jump ring. And open it up and put the little charm on it, and then put it on the chain and close it up. Okay, so here's one with the starfish on the bottom of it. So that's how I make these little tassels with the faux leather from the Dollar Tree. All right, thank you for watching. Y'all have a wonderful day.